Mid sip, but I'm doing good.
Well, make sure you look into my eyes next time, okay?
Oh, I did, but you couldn't see. Let's redo that
Let's
for
redo just in case, just in case. One,
because we
two,
can't
three.
have those problems.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What are
Well,
you? Tell me,
well,
what are you sipping on?
I am sipping. Well, I didn't have any bubbly. I wanted to be on par, but today I'm sipping a little cocktail that I just improvised. So it is tequila, 1800 Cristalino. I love that.
Ooh.
And there's a Trader Joe's juice, like peach mango something. And then I wanted to channelize you. So I'm like, let me be a little bit, like fruity today. So let's do blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries.
I love it. It's like perfect summer refresher. I love
I
it.
know, right? Well,
So
welcome,
wait, what did
welcome.
you say your favorite tequila was? I'm by my bar, so I'm close. This one's my favorite.
I don't
It's
have
called La
mine is
Gritona.
over
I
there.
love it.
So mine is 1800. I love 1800 or Herradura. Anything that is cristalino, that's the top shelf, and it doesn't give you a hangover. So people say like, "Oh, I don't do tequila." No, you can't do bad tequila. But anyways,
Hmm.
this is not why we're here today. Do you want to? Thank you for coming to my living room. Let's get started with
Thanks
our
for coming to my
topic.
bar.
So what's the purpose of this situation? The reason why we're gathered here today is to stock sip and stock.
Sip and chat, girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So this is our sipping and chatting, and today's subject is going to be stocks. Like people, not people. I feel like us black women feel like it's a little bit of terror or afraid or like risk adverse, and we don't want to. And I think it's just like miseducation or not knowing where to start searching. And once that fear goes away, like I feel that will empower us and that will help us create generational wealth. Would you agree?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely intimidated by playing in the stock market. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm not a millionaire, so I don't know how to even start, but I'm manifesting millionaire, in my life, especially in terms of generational wealth. So I'm open to learning, open to experimenting, as long as I learn more about
So,
it.
so let's start from the basics. Like, what are stocks, and like, how do we get started investing? So, oh my God, these glasses are fogging. It's so hot because I decided to sit by the window.
But they
So
look good.
I know, right? Let me clean them and I'll put them right on. So, what are stocks? So if we go to Google, I know Google has like a definition, but from my understanding, stocks is like owning equity from a company. So there are different types of companies in the United States. You have your private companies and you have your companies that are public, which have investors. And these companies that are public are traded. If they're US based, they're traded in the stock market, Wall Street, right? Down the street. So these they let you own a piece of a company, and that's how you can make wealth. So these companies, which can be everything and anything from your drinks, your food, your stores, your big techs, your also cars, anything you can imagine that is traded publicly is in the stock market if it's US based. So if it's international, it might be in that country stock, what you call it, Bolsa de Valores. Um, I don't remember. Stock market, yeah, Bolsa de Valores, stock market. So we're gonna have a little bit of Spanglish
Wait,
here.
teach us. Yeah, teach us that word. What is it? I love
The
it.
stock market is called Bolsa de Valores in Spanish.
Bolsa de
De
valores.
valores. Yes. So that's like
Okay,
where you get to
valores.
trade, right? So that's your stock market. Yeah, so like Brazil has a stock market, Germany, UK, Canada has its own too. So very different where you can actually trade internationally. So in the US, right? Every company that is public trade, you are able to buy options, well, stocks. Uh, you can do options if the company allows it. So companies that allow, oh, they're really foggy. Okay, glasses off. I'm not reading, so
I
I don't
mean,
need them.
we can't tell, by the way, that they're foggy. If
I'm like,
you can.
I
So
can't tell.
I feel like
Mhm.
we're all big girls, right, in this conversation. We have an idea of what
Yeah.
the stock market is and how to buy stocks, even bonds and that kind of thing. What
Hmm.
I have a hard time doing is like, say there's a hot topic right now and a popular stock. Name one. Name one popular
I
stock
think
that people are investing in right now.
um if I had to say I
Like
would
an up and
say
coming one.
up and coming one. Well, it's not up and coming. It's the most valued stock right now. It's Nvidia. So if you're not
Okay.
familiar with the name, it's anything that has to do with your microchips, with your processors, with everything and anything like that's Nvidia. They're in AI right now. So it's and again, I can't predict the future and take it with a grain of salt. So this is not by all means any professional. I don't have a license. This is my personal experience. So do not sue me. Do not come for me. Please don't. So this is I'm not telling you what to
Nope.
do either.
This is
So
just two friends talking, and I'm
exactly.
just trying to understand more. So, okay, so
Exactly.
let's say NVIDIA, right? And which
Yeah.
makes sense to me because, like, I live in upstate New York, and Micron is a massive chip manufacturing facility coming to
Mhm.
upstate New York. President Biden has been here to talk about it. New York State's getting a lot of like government funding towards supporting this initiative. So I believe when you say that NVIDIA, which is in this chip industry, is up and coming, totally believe that. So let's say it's that, right? NVIDIA. So now
Mhm.
I'm just a regular person, right?
Yeah.
How do I become an investor or whatever? How do I buy stock for NVIDIA as just a regular person?
So first of all, you need to understand what is your vehicle. So you see how you have a bank account and you have checking account, savings account, business account. So that's your vehicle to have money, to be able to have a credit card. Like how are you going to pay bills? So are you putting them in your savings account or checking account? For investments is the same thing. So do you want to invest for right now or do you want to invest for long term for your retirement? So you need to pick a vehicle where your stocks are going to be sitting in. So as you have
Okay.
like,
So mine is right now. No more retirement because I've already done the 401k and all that.
so you
I
don't want to know,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, I want money today. So how do I do that?
So first of all, do not time the market. It's better time in the market is better than timing the market, right? So we want our investments to build up with time. So this is not a get rich scheme, by no means. That being said, clear, right? Let's say that you don't want, like you said, you don't want to invest in a 401k. You want to invest individually and you want to, I wouldn't call it day trade. You could hold on to your investments for as long as you want. So you want to invest as a business because you want to make an income, right? You want to make some profits. So you open up, it could be on your bank. Major banks have a brokerage account. So this would be called individual brokerage account, meaning that in this you don't have to wait till you're 65, 62, 59 and a half to even touch that money. You put money that is after tax, so whatever it gets deposited or you have on your bank account that it's already taken tax off, and you go ahead and you choose an investment company that could be JP Morgan, Fidelity, Vanguard. They all offer, even the banks, Wells Fargo, you name it, Chase, they offer individual brokerage account. So you, not for retirement, just as your business, or just as you want to invest personally, you would pick a individual brokerage account in any of these places and you would open it up and you can start trading. So that being said, there's restrictions from every company, so you just need to check. Okay, can I day trade? Can I trade after hours? Like, if I decide to buy during the weekend, does this company allow me to do so? Right? Even though the actions, the if you buy, it will not take place until the market opens, but you can place the order. So as soon as the market opens, it gets it. So depending,
So
we're
do I, so say I go to my bank and I say I want to open an individual brokerage account, like you just mentioned,
yeah.
and I want to invest in this stock. Let's say it's Nvidia, right?
Mhm.
So I've got $5,000, say I want to invest in Nvidia. So how, like, am I supposed to every day be like, you know what I mean, going you into my bank or some app or something, investing more or less, or taking money from that? How does that work? After I give the bank my $5,000 for Nvidia, what
Mhm.
happens?
So it's really personal depending on your goal, right? So let's say that um, any money that you put into the stock market, it could it's money that I recommend if you're gonna put it in a retirement fund. When you put it in a retirement fund, that's not for you today. That's for you in 30 years from now, 20 years from now. So when you're doing it in the individual account, it can be for the long term, but it's also accessible anytime. So if you need this money, like you can have it accessible. You just need to sell it, right? So I can't tell you for how long you need to keep it. But let's say you have $1,000, let's say 100, and you want to buy a stock. Nvidia right now is around 130 or 128, I believe. So you're short, so you're gonna have there's companies that let you buy fractions of stock. So you don't need to buy the whole piece. So let's say a stock that I checked the other day was Costco. Costco's right now trending around 800-ish if it hasn't moved. So that you need a lot of money to invest in one stock of Costco. So there's stocks that are priced highly and there's stocks that are priced lower. So it would attract new investors to invest and they're not so risk adverse on that type. So companies split stocks to make it more accessible for people to invest. So to answer your question, it will be very much depending on the situation. I personally recommend that if you're going to invest in the stock market, it's money that you don't mind losing. Why? Because it's kind of a gamble unless you invest or you gamble or you put your money into index funds. That is less risky than putting it just like $5,000 in one stock.
Hmm.
I have and like to give you some context on that, I was very they call it bullish for some reason. Bullish. I wanted to, and during the pandemic, right? A popular stock that went to the roof was Peloton. So Peloton, it went up to an all-time high to 105. And I saw that, and I had stocks at Peloton like at 40, I got in. So it went all the way to 105. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like that is amazing. Some of the more experienced people that work with finances, they would say that every time you invest, make sure you take some profit. So in this case, Peloton, I got in at 40. Let's say I had 10 stocks. It was $400 that I invested. So it went all the way to 105 and I get 10 stocks. That would be a thousand and some change. Right. So a thousand and change, right? So let's say 1,100. So some people would say, well, you invested 400, make sure you sell some stock to cover your initial investment and then you leave the profit. So that's
Hmm.
one school of thought. I, on the other hand, was like, I'm not touching. It could go to 1,000. So I'm not doing anything. So I didn't take profit and I didn't sold it. It went to 105, and I'm like, I actually bought some more. And I'm like, oh, this is just going to go to the roof. I want you to search on your phone right now. Search how much Peloton stock is.
I can't search on my phone because we're on the live,
Oh,
but I
so
imagine that it's high since
oh no,
it's been on
so
like Sex in the City and all this stuff.
I'll do it for you. I didn't know you were live streaming from your phone. So let's do
Hmm.
quick search. My internet is fast. So I told you I started
By
investing
the
for
way, while you guys are doing that,
yeah, you
I'm
guys.
sipping by a Ray.
Me, myself, and I. Yeah. What you're sipping?
No, whoever's watching the live, Via Ray Prosecco.
Oh.
It's Issa Ray's Prosecco.
Oh,
Hmm. It's
I
so
didn't know
yummy.
that. Okay, I might
Yeah,
need a
yeah.
bottle or two.
Absolutely. Actually, I can send you one. So my girlfriend owns a shop here. It's called The Communion in Syracuse.
In Syracuse. Oh, you're mhm. It like a little bit. So the shop is in Syracuse, and what's the name of the shop?
The shop is called The Communion.
The
And
Chameleon.
yeah, it's owned by Cha McCoy. So she is a global sommelier. And I'm lucky that I live in Syracuse, where she chose to open her first shop. And I'm
Oh,
actually a member of her wine subscription called the Flight Crew. So you can like go to her website, the Communion, just
mhm.
like Google the Communion Cha McCoy, and the website will come up. I can't remember the
Okay.
exact website.
So we're gonna after it's done, we're gonna drop it down in
Yeah,
in
do
the
all that.
description box, all of that. So we're gonna do
But
that.
that's what I'm sipping. So keep going. What was the stock that you said?
Oh, okay. So just to recap, right? So I initially invested when it was 40 US. Then it went up 105, and I invested some more. And now we're gonna check on real time if I was if my investments paid out or it tanked. So right now, today's date is July 2024. Peloton stock is $3.
So it went down. So you lost money.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. But again, it's not money. Of course, it hurts me because I don't want to lose any money. But I understood that that money, it wasn't money that it's gonna make or break my rent. It's not more. It's not money that I need to eat today. It's money that I could risk to lose, and that's a lesson, right? So I was risky, and I invested in one stock, Peloton. I invested two times. So at 40, 105. Oh, now you're back. Hi. Hi again. This is a
Sorry,
live show.
I was getting a phone call, so
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot to put my do not
Life
disturb on.
life doesn't stop just because we're having fun.
Hmm.
So lesson learned, invest money you don't mind losing. And when it comes to risk, if you want to avoid risk, um, or be less risky, index funds are the way to go.
Mm.
If you want to save again, let's say that you're invested in an index fund that encompasses the whole market. So only if the complete market crashes and it goes bankrupt is that you're gonna lose your money. So it's highly doubt what you call it, highly doubted, highly undoubted. Uh
Doubtful.
Doubtful, yes. Thank you for that. Eh,
Hmm.
nunca va a pasar, o si va a pasar, no va a pasar, o sea, tiene que, you know. So it's highly undoubtful that all the companies in the United States are going to go bankrupt, and therefore all the stocks are going to go down, and then your index fund is going to be zero. So if you are not like I am not reading up on these companies, like if I was in the know, I would have sold my Peloton stocks and just like got out. But that was a lesson because I'm not if I'm not watching the news all day, if I'm not up with the times, like if I'm not keeping track of all the companies that I'm investing, then yeah, that happened. And lesson learned, like, oh, ouch, like do not put all your money into one stock thinking like it's gonna be the next unicorn, like it's gonna make me rich. This is not a one time thing, like it's gonna yeah, it has made rich a lot of people, but again, I don't breathe, read, sleep, and eat the market. So yeah, so I hope that answered your question, right? Like, do you need to invest like your whole money? It's a very personal question. So, but like you can invest as an individual, and if you feel very strongly, let's say Costco, if you shop every single week at Costco and you've only seen Costco just like in 2020, Costco stock was 300 and now it's 800. So I doubt, but again, anything could happen. You remember Sears?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sears wasn't going anyway. Where's Sears today?
Gone, like most retailers.
JC, JP, JC Penny, JC Penny. Remember? We're
Yeah,
dating
a
our,
lot of
we're,
retailers.
we are dating
COVID
ourselves.
really hurt the retail market.
Yeah, I'm probably dating myself, but if you remember those names, Cole, Coles, it's still there, but eh, it's Macy's is still there. But when was the last time you went to Macy's?
I never shop at Macy's.
Okay, okay,
I haven't
I
shopped at
haven't been
Macy's in like years.
I
Lord
haven't
and
been there.
Taylor was my shop, and then they closed during COVID. So,
You you see, like, and who
hmm
would have thought? Who would have thought?
I know.
So
So,
a lot of these
well,
brands, yeah, a lot of these brands,
yeah.
like anything can happen. So my recommendation is not to put all your eggs in one basket. Distribute it. And if you are not one person that just looks, when you wake up, you just look at the news. Like when you go to sleep, you check on the news. Like if you're not that kind of person like me, invest in index funds because that's a safer bet than just like investing your money in one stock.
Okay. All
I
right.
hope that did that
Well,
answer
I
your
think
question?
I get the concept. At least what I've taken away from this is to talk to my bank about the individual accounts,
Yeah.
brokerage accounts. So,
Yeah.
so that's a start. It's a
That-
start. I'm less intimidated by it.
yeah, absolutely. And again, do your due diligence. Like, do not just build or try to, oh, because everyone is buying. Like, and again, if that's not money that you can afford to lose right now, I would say put it in a high yield saving account that will give you a 4% than risking it like me and losing all the money, like with what I lost, which is it wasn't a lot, but it's still like it hurts. It was I
Yeah.
would say it was an airfare. So I'm like, wow,
hmm
could have bought an airfare with that. So somewhere far, but you live and learn.
Yeah. And I think that's what intimidates me the most is I'm not a gambler. Like even like, when I go to like Vegas and stuff, I have no desire to gamble when I go to those places because I'm like, I'd rather just be like having my money in my pocket. Like I don't understand this whole concept, right? So like I'm not to me like if when I gamble, like for example, David and I, my husband and I went to Vegas for the first time, and David actually enjoys gambling. Like he does the whole like betting on football games and stuff like that. I'm not doing that, right? So we went to Vegas, and he's like, let's play a little craps game, and we'll just play with $20. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, if I go to the bar, I would probably get two cocktails, right? Or two drinks. So that's
Yep.
$20. So for me, it's like $20 to have a good time with my husband in Vegas. Great. But more than like I'm not no, I'm not just wasting, what I'm like the idea to me to risk $400, like even though it's not like no, it's not gonna like break my mortgage or whatever, but like I'd rather have those $400 in my pocket. So for me, it's like when we were at Vegas, It was like, if I lose that $20, I had a good time with my husband. But anything more than that, I'm forget it. I'll just keep it and we going someplace else. So all right,
Plus,
it keeps freezing. I don't. So for the record, I forgot which app we're using, but I don't like it. Like I don't like that I can't see comments, like because we're live, and part of
yeah.
live that I love is being able to interact with whoever's watching. So I can't see who's watching. I can't see comments. I can't see engagement. So
Okay.
whatever
So
these app
we
people, they need to fix that.
question about investing, how to go about it. It it answered your question. Like, does it make you like did it clear uh your questions, or are you more confused now?
No, I definitely feel, less intimidated and at least willing to try it. Whereas before, like I was explaining to you, I was too intimidated. Like I'd rather just keep my money in my pocket. I don't know what's happening to it. So, but for me, it's like I need to try it with an amount of money, like you said, that I'm willing to lose. And I
Hmm.
have to wrap my head around what that is, how much money that is.
Something that I forgot to say also, if you're investing and let's say that you're buying an individual account, right? Like this doesn't apply to Roth IRA or, oh, do you know your HSA, health savings account? You can also invest it in the stock market.
I didn't know you can invest it.
When I heard that, I have a little something something, and I'm like, if that money your company would allow, I think the IRS allows like let's say 3,000 for individuals, 7,000 a year, which sounds like a lot and it's scary. But when you split it against 52 weeks, it's like $100 each week. And I know how to throw away $100 every week, so you choose your motto. So your HSA, your health savings account, if you have it in Fidelity, Vanguard, whatever your company chooses. I have mine in Fidelity. Um, I can invest it in the stock market. So not only am I putting in and my employer puts in that chunk, I can get invested in the a stock market. And I believe it's at 59 and a half. If you grow this money, you can use it for whatever you want.
Mm.
So tax free. And well, I need to check if it's tax free or they will take tax away from it. But it's another. I think it's tax free, and you could. It's like a Roth. So like the Roth doesn't. It doesn't matter the capital gains. You will never pay tax when you're Roth because you already are paying. That money is post tax.
Hmm.
So it is. I think, and I'm 90% sure that is the same advantages as the Roth, the HSA.
Hmm.
So I highly recommend, like, shoot, if you have that and that's going to be free money when you're 59, that wouldn't be bad to check it out.
Hmm.
Oh, and what I wanted to say about the stocks when you're buying one singular stock is that if you short it, meaning you sell it, right? Like, oh, I bought today, I bought Coca-Cola or I bought Delta stock, right? And I want to sell it tomorrow. The IRS charges, I believe it's like 30% or something like that. It's a big percentage because you haven't lasted with that stock for a whole year. So again, time in the market is better than timing the market. So they
Hmm.
punish you for day traders. They punish you because you're gambling. Okay, we're gonna charge you. But once you hit that year mark, you can sell it and they don't charge you as much taxes as if it would within less than a year. So that's
Hmm.
also good to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the additional information, Jenny. Thanks for
Yeah,
taking time on your Friday to explain this to
absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. And I think we should do this again. Different topic, just sip and talk.
Yeah, always. Like I said, I'm always here to be a guest on your show.
I'm like, well, welcome to my couch. Yes. Well, it was so nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. It was so nice having you. And we'll talk on the next season. Well, not season, on the
Love it.
next episode.
Oh no, I'm manifesting a whole other season for this. I love it.
We need to do a whole okay brainstorming like ideas and putting that out there.
I'm here for it for
Who wants
you.
to come to the couch and sit on the floor with me?
I'm here for it.
Okay, well, nice talking to you, and I hope your questions were answered. And again, if there's any more questions related money, which I love to talk about, or carnival also, wink wink, let's have another session of this. Okay, all the
Okay.
information that we talk about is going to be put in the description. And so nice talking to you. Bye bye.
Mwah.